Why do madmen rule the world? Why do mad or insane people rule the world? Now, when I speak about madmen, I'm not necessarily implying those people you see in the psychiatric ward or anything. I'm basically implying people who are, willing to break the rules, because when you are willing to break the rules, not follow what every other person is following, it implies that you're not the average person. And because you're not average, people may call you superhuman, some people may call you insane or crazy, right? And you ask yourself, okay, how do these people rule the world? Why do they rule the world? Why do they have all these things going on for them? Why are they doing the things that most people don't do, but then they have results that baffle most people? You understand? It's like it's a kind of like a paradox. It's like most people don't do certain things because of how risky it may be. They do them, and then they get the gold, or they see the light at the end of the tunnel. They get the gold from the dragon's lair, all these type of things. So you ask yourself, how do they rule the world, and why do they rule the world? It's basically a mentality thing. It's more of like the mentality that they have. It is always down to the mentality. How do they perceive the world? The reason why they approach things the way they approach things, the reason why they get the results they get, is because of the mentality that they have. They could not get whatever they have now if not for the mentality that they were able to, brew upon, or brood upon. So that's basically what you have to understand. You have to have a mentality that is against or not in accordance with what most people have. Because if you have the same mentality that most people have, you have the same results that most people have. And if you want to step out, then you have to be willing to step out of that mentality. Now, it involves a lot of things, because when I use the word madmen, I love using the word madmen because if you see the people who are actually, crazy, they don't really care about anything. They don't really care about trying to impress you. They don't really care about looking good. They don't really care about any other thing. That's how you should be, right? But with a goal in mind. You should not really care about any other person's opinion, how they look at you, what they're going to think of you. Oh, don't you know that person is? It doesn't really matter. The only thing that matters is this is where I am and this is where I'm going. Any person that limits me should be eliminated from my, from my vision, or should be removed from that path. That's basically what it is. It is really a crazy way of living, because most people don't live like that. Most people are just trying to be safe. Most people are trying to be safe because when you're in the crowd, you are safe. When you're with a gathering, you are safe. And the gathering can even be physically or even mentally. Mentally, everybody's thinking like this, and so this is where they are living their life. So I have to, live my life in the same way so that I can be safe. People want to be safe, right? People want to be safe, and because they are safe, they avoid risk. But they don't understand that it is in that risk that they will get what they are looking for. Because everybody desires what the rich have. 99% of people desire what the rich have. Only 1% of the people actually have those things. What does that mean? Their mentality isn't one that implores them or encourages them or advises them or propels them to take risks. Their mentality is one that makes them safe and stay on their usual day-to-day routine because that's what they know. You understand? So they are scared of leaving their comfort zone, and they stay comfortable where they are, and then they complain, and then they find ways to wish or pray or perform some weird stuff to get what they want. Meanwhile, they can just put in the work by having the mentality first of all, because that mentality is what dictates the reality you're going to get. So if you have the mentality of taking risks, if you have the mentality of going for what you want, if you have the mentality of taking opportunities, grabbing any opportunity that comes along, what happens is that you will now begin to get the results consistent with that mentality. That's basically what it is. Whatever results we have today is because of the mentality that we have. Whatever results that we have today in our lives is because of the mentality that we have. And until we can change our mentality, we cannot change our reality. So when you can change your mentality, then you are going to be a madman, because most people don't change their mentalities. Most people don't. And that's why they have the results that other people have, or that most people also have. They have the results that is suitable for them because that's how their mentality is. You are going to have the results suitable for you because you have the mentality that you have. So the moment you as an individual can say, okay, you know what, I'm going to change my mentality to one that favors me, I'm going to change my mentality to one that grants me what I desire, then you start getting the results consistent with what other people are getting, and be willing to take in your positions, be willing to take upon things that may come as a result of taking that mentality, because it's a sacrifice. You sacrifice the previous mentality for this new mentality, and whatever this new mentality comes with, the risks and the reward are the same with the new mentality. The new mentality comes with its new risks and new rewards. So you have to be willing to say, okay, I'm going to make this trade-off, and I know it's going to be worth it. I'm going to be comfortable now in this new mentality, even though it's kind of weird at first. And that's basically what it is. There's nothing you start new. It's just, you start from the base level, and then you may stumble until you get used to it. And that's why practice makes perfect. That's why repetition is necessary. That's why keep going forward. You hear things like that because that's the only way you can sharpen yourself in that particular thing. So that's basically what it is. Be consistent in that mentality that most people don't have, which is going to get you what you want. What did I say? Be consistent in that mentality that most people don't have, which is going to get you what you want. Be consistent in that mentality that most people don't have, which is going to get you what you want. Because the mentality that gets you what you want, right, is one that you have to get used to. And if what you want is X and Y and Z, then the mentality you have must be one that leads you towards getting those things. So that's basically what it is. That's basically what I have to say for you guys. Thank you for listening.